Dear children, welcome to my third session of Chapter 9. Chapter 9 is about the collection data types, lists, tuples, sets and dictionaries in Python. In this session, I will teach about tuples. A tuple is a collection of values enclosed within simple parentheses. A tuple is an ordered collection of values. A tuple is immutable. Look at this example. Names equal to within simple parentheses Anu, Priya, Meena. The elements Anu, Priya, Meena are enclosed within simple parentheses and separated by comma and stored in an object names. Here names is a tuple object. Let us check this out by printing the type of names by using the type function. It gives the output as class tuple. So from this, by placing elements within simple parentheses creates a tuple. Print names, that is printing the tuple object names, gives the output of the tuple as it is within parentheses and the elements separated by comma. Now look at this. It is the same example, but now I have omitted the parentheses. Can you see here? I have omitted the parentheses. But the method for creating a tuple is by placing the elements within simple parentheses. Now I will print type of names. It gives the output as class tuple. Print names prints the elements within parentheses. Here you can see in the object names I have stored the values Anu, Priya and Meena without the parentheses. But when I print names, the output is shown along with the parentheses. So from this it is clear that without the parentheses also, this object names is a tuple object. So now you have learned that we can create a tuple by placing elements within parentheses or without the parentheses. Both are correct. Let us see some more examples. Marks is equal to within parentheses 85, 70, 92, 67. Stud underscore data is equal to within parentheses 26, Anu, 12A, 84.5. So from these examples, it must be clear to you that a tuple can contain a mixed collection of values. Whether we can create a nested tuple. Yes, we can do so. Look at this tuple. Tuple 1 is equal to Ram, and the second element 70, 86, 94 is within parentheses, which is a tuple. So here we have a nested tuple. When an element in a tuple is itself a tuple, we have created a nested tuple. Suppose we have a list. Here I have taken list 1 with values 85, 70, 92, 67 within square brackets. Recall that when we place elements within square brackets, we create a list. We can convert this list into a tuple by using the tuple function. So you place the list object within the tuple function. Let me now print the list 1 and the tuple tup1. The first print statement gives the output of the elements 85, 70, 92, 67 within square brackets. And print tup1 gives the output of the same elements but within parentheses, because this tuple function has now converted the list object into a tuple and stored in tup1. Look at this example. Num is equal to within parentheses 85. You would think that I have now created a tuple object num with a single element 85. Let us check the data type of the object num. Print type of num. Look at the output. It shows class int. So what I have created here, num is equal to within parentheses 85. Here num is not a tuple. It is an integer object. Look at this. Num is equal to within parentheses 85 comma. Now let me print the type of num. Now you have a tuple. So what do you understand from both these statements? One is without the comma and another is with the comma. From the output, it must be clear to you that if you want to create a single element tuple, you should place a comma after that element. If you don't place the comma, this will not be a tuple, whereas it will be an integer object. Num is equal to within parentheses 10, 20, 30. So num is a tuple. I have taken a tuple on the right hand side and I am assigning it to another tuple on the left hand side with variables A, B, C. This step is called as tuple assignment. What happens in this statement? Each of the values within the tuple on the right hand side is assigned to each of the variables in the tuple in the left hand side. Look at this. 10 is stored in the variable A, 20 is stored in the variable B, and 30 is stored in the variable C. The values within the tuple on the right hand side are unpacked and stored in individual variables A, B, and C. This concept of tuple assignment is called as unpacking of a tuple. The same statement I am rewriting as A, B, C is equal to num, because in the first statement I have stored the tuple 10, 20, 30 in the object num. So here on the right hand side I can directly use that object num. So here also the unpacking of the tuple num takes place and each of the values of the tuple in the right hand side will be stored in the variables in the left hand side. When I print the individual variables A, B, and C, I get the output as 10 space 20 space 30. Observe carefully. There are no parentheses and there are no commas. Because here when I print A, B, C, I am not printing the tuple. I am printing the values stored in each of the individual variables A, B and C. Here I have two variables A and B with values 10 and 20. Suppose I want to swap the values in these two variables. Swapping means interchanging the values. That is, I want the value of A to be in the variable B and the value of B to be stored in A. To do this, I have to write 3 steps. I will take a variable C. C is equal to A. So in this step, the value of the variable A is stored in the variable C. So A is stored in C. The second step, A equal to B. Value of B is stored in A. Value of B is 20. It is now stored in A. The third step, B equal to C. The value of C is stored in B. The value of C is 10. It is stored in B. So now you can see in the memory locations of A and B, value of A, which was earlier 10, is now in B, and the value of B, which was 20, is now stored in A. In order to swap or interchange the values in two variables, I have to write 3 steps and also an extra variable C. But in Python, by using tuple assignment, I can swap the values of two variables in a single statement. So A is equal to 10, B is equal to 20, and by writing A, B is equal to B, A. On the right hand side, the value of B is stored in the left hand side variable A, and the value of A is stored in left hand side B. Tuple assignment allows us to easily swap the values in two variables. I will show you another situation where you can witness tuple assignment taking place. Here is a program in which a function calculate is defined. The first statement, numbers is equal to 7, 6, 8, 5, 9. Here numbers is a tuple object. And in the print statement, calculate numbers is a function call. Calculate is the name of the function and numbers is the argument. Here you can see the definition of calculate function. So that is the calculate function. During function call, the argument numbers is passed to the parameter n. Numbers is a tuple object. Now it is passed to n. So here in the array, I will note numbers as n because numbers is now passed to n. N also has the same values as numbers. And now the control passes into the function definition of calculate function, and we will execute the first statement within the function. S is equal to sum of n. Look at the array. N has the values 7, 6, 8, 5, 9. Sum of n will add up these values and store in the left hand side variable s. So you can see the value 35 is stored in s. 35 is the sum of the values in n. Now the next statement, a is equal to s divided by len of n. Len of n. Len function gives the number of values in n. So the number of values stored in n are 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So len of n is 5. So the calculation which takes place here is s divided by 5. Value of s is 35. So 35 divided by 5, which is 7. And it is stored in a. So you look at the variable a, it has the value 7.0. Because here I have used the float division. 1/ denotes float division, so that the result is also float, 7.0. And the next statement, return s comma a. So this return statement will exit the function and return to the function call with the values of the variables s and a. So you can see the control now passes to the function call, and the return statement passes the values of s and a to the function call. And the print statement will now print the values of s and a. Look at the output. Okay, observe carefully. The values 35 and 7.0, which are the values of s and a, are printed within parentheses and a comma. This clearly shows that the return statement has returned the values of s and a not as individual values but as a tuple, because the print statement has printed the values of s and a in the form of a tuple. So here also tuple assignment has taken place. So when a function returns more than one value to the function call, the values are returned in the form of a tuple. That is the concept which you should understand by this example. Returning tuples. Coming back to the characteristics of a tuple is an ordered collection of values. Look at the first tuple. Names is equal to, within parentheses, Anu, Priya, Meena. The values in a tuple are stored in an array. Each element in a tuple can be accessed or referenced using index or subscript. Python allows positive index as well as negative index. To access the element Priya, by using the positive subscript 1, you have to write the name of the tuple It is names within square bracket 1. And the same element Priya can be accessed by using the negative subscript -2 also. Similarly, the values of the tuple marks are also stored in an array. A tuple is an ordered collection of values, which means the values are indexed. Ordered means indexed. Print marks will print the tuple itself. Print marks square bracket 2. Here 2 is the index. Look at the array. At index position 2, the value is 92. So the output is 92. Print marks within square bracket 1:3. 1 is the start index value and 3 is the stop index value. And in the array, 1 is the start index and 2 is the stop index. In the parameter, it is 3. In the array, it should be 2. So the values from indexes 1 to 2 are 70 and 92. So the output of this print statement is, note carefully, the values 70 and 92 are printed in the form of a tuple. So when you are slicing out more than one values, you get the output as a tuple. Marks is a tuple. Suppose I want to delete the element 70, which is at index position 1. By using the del command, I will write del space marks within square bracket 1. 1 is the index value. This statement throws an error. Type error. Tuple object doesn't support item deletion. This one example itself proves that a tuple is immutable. Immutable means unchangeable. That is, you cannot add or delete items or elements from a tuple. But you can delete the tuple object itself by writing del marks. This statement will remove the tuple object from memory so that the tuple marks will not exist. And if I do any operation using the same name marks, like print marks, Python will throw an error. Name error, name marks is not defined. So this error is because I have deleted the tuple object marks. Tuple concatenation. Even though we cannot modify a tuple, we can join two tuples. Here I have taken two tuples T1 and T2 by writing the statement T3 is equal to T1 plus T2. Here plus is the concatenation operator. Print T3 will give the output as follows. You can see that the tuples T1 and T2 are joined together. Tuple concatenation means joining of tuples. Let us compare lists with tuples. Both are sequence data type. Why are they sequence data type? Because they are ordered. Ordered means indexed. But the major difference between lists and tuples is lists are mutable. Tuples are immutable. I have come to the end of the session, and now I will define a tuple as follows. A tuple is an immutable and ordered collection of values enclosed within parentheses separated by comma. That's all in this session. Thank you, children.